As someone who loves and reviews bad movies, it took me ages to see this one.
When are you gonna grow up, man? Chicks love cars. If you want to get into their pants, you better have a nice, hot Ferrari.
She's my hot Ferrari.
Yeah, you know, sensual work.
Birdemic Shock and Terror is a 2008 film directed and written by James Nguyen. The main characters, Natalie and Rod, are played by Whitney Moore and Ellen Bach. This movie is about a horde of eagles and vultures attacking a small town. Newly rich software salesman Rod and his newly recruited Victoria's Secret model girlfriend Natalie must defeat the birds. And save the day. Now this sounds like an extremely promising idea for a B-horror movie, but oh god. The first 40 minutes, which is almost half of the movie, by the way, is just filled with the unbearable love story that is Natalie and Rod. They didn't even go and buy an external microphone for this movie. They resort to using the internal microphone in the camera, and you can tell it's so obvious. And because they film in a lot of public places that, well, they frankly didn't have the budget or say to shut down for a while to actually film, there's a lot of white noise and background noise, like when they're beside a road or when they're in a crowded restaurant. You can see that they try to alter the sound levels of the white noise, like post-production. They tried to do it in a program when they were editing it, but it just didn't work, and it was awful. So whenever they're not speaking, the volume goes all the way down and you hear a little low hum, and you can still hear the white noise. But when they talk, the sound just peaks, goes through the roof. After 40 minutes, or 39 minutes and 50 seconds to be exact, we see some birds. And oh god, do we see them. Now, I just have to say that the birds have the worst screech I have ever heard. Ever. There are so many of them that your ears and your brain almost explode with sound, and it's not a good sound. Ugh. Now, the CGI itself is ridiculously bad. The birds actually only have 3 stages. They have flying, pretty much stationary in the air, 2 swooping, and 3 dying. All of those stages are just awfully animated, and I'm almost kind of glad that the animator and lead animator weren't hired for anything after this. But then again, that's what you watch a movie like Birdemic for. You watch it for bad effects, you watch it for bad acting, maybe even bad directing. You just watch it for a laugh. I just want to point out some mistakes, okay? There's a news report scene. The images and the video behind the person doing the news report has a Getty Images watermark across it. This movie took 4 years to make. 4 whole years. And half of the credits in the amazingly long opening and ending credits are fake. The creator just wanted them to look more professional, so he added them. Half of them are fake. Most of them are fake. Actually, it's a majority of them. Why? This movie had a budget of $10,000, which is almost, well, just about 3 times the budget for Thanksgiving. And I enjoyed Thanksgiving a hell of a lot more. They should have just used some bird puppets, man. The reason Thanksgiving works is because it's not a CGI turkey, and because the actors actually are interacting with the turkey. It's hilarious. It's bad, but it's hilarious. Whitney Moore, the lead actress, had to take over as makeup artist because the 2 makeup artists that they actually hired for this movie quit 2 weeks in. Gee, I wonder why. Also, Yoko Ono's website is constantly just advertised in this through slogans on t-shirts, and I think there's a billboard at one point. About halfway through this movie, we find out from a crazy person and someone that lives in the forest that all of this was caused by global warming. Why? What? How does that make sense? Half of the filler scenes in the only entertaining part of the movie are just talking about global warming. It's like a school project. Overall, The acting is beyond terrible, and the best performance was probably from Whitney Moore, and I'm honestly feeling bad for her because she was dragged into this movie. The CGI is obviously awful. Everything about this movie is awful. The direction is just bad. The fact that they didn't even use an external microphone is awful. The amount of plot holes in this movie are just hilariously bad. And this movie doesn't have many redeeming qualities. I almost fell asleep in the first 40 minutes. Like 3 times. There's an out-of-place dance scene, and all of the very soft-core sex scenes in this movie just feel out of place, and they're just there to be there. Do I recommend this movie? No. Do I recommend this movie as a bad movie? Not really. Maybe if you skip the first 40 minutes, yes. Does this get my seal of approval? No. Would this even get Tommy Wiseau's seal of approval? Probably not. No. I give this movie a I'd rather watch Minions out of 10. Actually, I'd rather watch Jason X. I'd rather watch Minions than Jason X. So this is on par with Jason X. I said it. If any of you guys out there seen this absolute train wreck, let me know in the comments down below. That is what they are there for. Or if you have a suggestion for something that I should watch and review, or you just want to torture me with bad movies, comment them in the section. That is what it is there for. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and happy watching.